Hello guys. Today I would be emphasizing on the fact that why 2024 would prove to be a great or an important year for the whole world politics and geopolitics. Domestic policy rather than geopolitical events could be a major factor in foreign policy in 2024, given that more than a fourth of the world in terms of population and number of countries will go to vote during the year. For India, which will hold the world's largest election, the diplomatic calendar and focus will be decided by the neighboring countries, the global powers, and major countries in the global south, all of which will hold parliamentary or presidential elections this year. Most of them have already been conducted in many countries, rather. So, I'd be sharing my whiteboard for a second. While the whiteboard is opening, I would like to highlight the fact that this year 54 countries will either vote or have already voted out of the 54 countries which are already here on this map, if you can see, which includes India, United States, Russia, countries in Africa, and then there is Indian neighbors like Bangladesh, Bhutan, Pakistan, which is already a democratic mess. So let's start. To begin with, India's neighborhood will see the impact of elections, uh, which has already seen the impact in the first few weeks of 2024 with Bangladesh polls. On January 11th, Sheikh Hasina was re-elected as the Prime Minister of Bangladesh. Now, in Bhutan, outgoing Prime Minister Dr. Lote Shering has already been ousted in the first round of election. And now there was a contest between former Prime Minister Shering Tobge's People Democratic Party (PDP) and former top bureaucrat Pema Chemang's New Bhutan Tendril Party. While both will be inclined favorably towards India, Delhi will watch the Bhutanese government's move with China most closely as it picks up the boundary delimitation agreement signed with Beijing in September. So we've mostly done with India. We have done with Bangladesh and Bhutan as well. I don't have any word to say on Pakistan because it is already a democratic mess and no one likes to emphasize on messes, right? Um, Now we'll see. Yeah, Sri Lanka is also um, a country which was scheduled to vote. So Sri Lanka is still grappling with economic issues, but on a more stable wicket due to support from India is due to hold parliamentary and presidential elections in 2024, which could change Colombo's course with Delhi too. India has already felt the impact of elections and ties with global powers, especially the five permanent members of P5 countries of the UN Security Council. That is, we all know the five permanent members, the veto power. And also, US President Joe Biden declined the month of Republic Day parade to come to India as a guest due to various reasons. Uh, for the fact that the French president was a guest of honor this Republic Day. So finally, coming to India, yeah. So India's election season will kick in by this month, March, and subsequently the US campaign season will be in full swing. If the US race is won by Mr. Biden's likely rival former president, Donald Trump, India and the world will prepare for a return to very choppy waters and ties. Finally, New Delhi will be watching developments in the global south after big outreach to the grouping in 2023, holding two summits around the G20 summit, as well as ensuring the introduction of the African Union to the G20. Much of the future trajectory of ties could be decided by the outcomes of elections in some of the South's biggest powers. So that was it for today. I have covered all of these countries. Russia I've covered because I don't think I have covered Russia, but I have to see. But I'll reinsure. So in Russia, it is most likely that President Putin will be re-elected as the president. And in the United States, there would be a democratic election held for president. We have done India, Bangladesh, Bhutan, Pakistan, and so so that was pretty much it. I have covered a lot of major countries that would be affecting India directly, and not the countries which would affect other parts of the world. But there are a lot of other countries like France, which may impact in the global governance. So I would try to inculcate them in the next video. So for now, that is pretty much it. Thank you.